Hello everyone, my name is Mimi and you are listening to A Dash of Colors. I want to use this opportunity to welcome you back. If you're a consistent listener, I am so grateful that you're back here listening again. And if you're new here, welcome to our safe zone. And I'm happy to have you listening. Do not forget to subscribe so you can get our daily episode right at your notification window. So today I'm talking about tips for a financial miracle. I'm calling it that because I'm going to be giving you some of the things that I feel are very necessary if you're someone who is planning or who intends to have a good financial book this 2022. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking to you about is what I call pay yourself first. We do not understand this concept. Most of us, once we earn money, we put it all in our expenses. And to you, those expenses are probably for you. But the truth is, the money is actually leaving your pocket to someone else's pocket. The money doesn't actually belong to you at that particular time. So when we say pay yourself first, it is a traditional savings. Do you have a savings account? Do you have something that you intend to save every month? What are you saving? Where are you putting it? How do you intend to save? So if you're going to have a good financial book in 2022, you need to cultivate the habit of paying yourself, taking out a particular amount of money for yourself. And this doesn't mean that you're going to end up spending the money or throwing it around the way you please. No. This is the money that you're setting aside for a bigger plan, for a future plan, or whatever thing that you actually want to do that needs funding. This is where you're going to take the money from. So once you get your pay, whether from your profits in your business or from whatever thing that you're doing, make sure to pay yourself first. And the second tip I'm sharing is please set up an emergency funds account. If you listen to my previous podcasts from last year, you'd realize that I actually had crazy financial crisis, and it was because I had no emergency funds. I was basically making money, putting it back in those platforms and spending money. I had no emergency funds. I had no thoughts of keeping money aside just in case I have a health emergency, or I have parents who are ill, or siblings who actually need something. I just really did not make plans for any sort of emergency. And at the end of the day, I ended up so choked and I had so many financial problems. So aside paying yourself, make sure that you set up an account that you call an emergency account. Then you can put some part of what you earn in it. It means you only touch that money when you have a crazy need for it, a crazy emergency that was never planned for. We'll talk about planning later, but setting up an emergency funds account ensures that you do not touch your savings account and you do not touch your investments. Okay, so we'll get to all that much later. The third tip that I am going to share with you is, guys, plan to spend. I don't know how we think it's just enough to make money and then just throw all of it into the different expenses that we have, even the ones that we never planned for. We just end up giving out all the money, and the second week of the month we're dead broke if you're someone who earns salary. But if you make it a plan that you've already thought of all the things that you need to pay for in a particular month, so whenever you get your pay, you already know that this particular amount is what I am setting aside for my expenses. So that way you would notice that you do not just throw money about and you do not just spend money unnecessarily. So you need to have a list of the things that you need to pay for that particular month and set the money aside once your salary comes in. Make this a habit, and you notice that people who'd call you for money out of the blues will no longer have such rights, will no longer have such place. And I would also advise that when you are making your plans for the month on what you want to spend your money on, always remember to leave a certain amount of money for miscellaneous. Miscellaneous might be a friend fell sick and really needs to borrow money. And if you have your miscellaneous left, you can always lend the person money from there. So when you're planning to spend money, you're also planning your miscellaneous as well. So please, whatever you do, however it is you're earning money, make sure that you are planning every single thing that you want to use money for that month. So random people don't call you asking for money and then you go and sell your crypto if you're someone who keeps crypto just to please someone, or you just go out of your way to raise money for people. Really, I know that it might seem like it's mean, but it's simple self-discipline. I did not have you in my plans, so I do not have any money to spare. One of the things with self-discipline is you need to know when to say no. Hey, I can't help you right now. This wasn't in the plan and I really can't afford to do this for you. And it's okay. Someone who loves you should understand that you really cannot help them at that point. Okay? So please plan how you're going to spend money. Do not just earn salary and then just throw it about. Really, I don't know. I used to do that, and at the end of the day, I can't even say in a month what I actually did with the money that I earned, because I probably earn it and I use it to buy skincare products, just like that. And that's not fair. That's not nice. So you need to actually plan what you want to do with the money that you are earning, so that way you do not end up stranded. Okay? So the fourth tip that I am sharing with you is invest 10% of what you earn. I say 10% because I earn way less right now. So 10% is something that I can easily do right now. But if you can do more, that's okay. But just choose an investment that you understand, not what people are selling to you. Things that you actually understand, and invest in it. If it is crypto, if it is stock, whatever thing that you actually get, please put 10% at least of your monthly income into it. You can decide to have multiple investments. On a very good day, I would probably talk about investment tips and things that you can actually put your money in that are secured and you're sure that nothing is going to happen to it, because the money is always going to be in your possession. We would have that discussion some other time in the future. But before we continue, guys, I can see that most of you listeners haven't joined our Telegram community. Please click the link in the description of this episode and join our community. We share exciting tips to keep you going and to ensure that you achieve all your goals for 2022 and beyond. So please do not forget to click the link in the description of this podcast and join our Telegram community. So back to the episode, we were discussing the importance of investing money. And it is important that you know that you should not invest in things that you do not understand, or things that are not clear to you. No matter how people make it seem or how sweet it sounds, if you do not understand it, please do not put your money in it. Okay? So a quick recap of every tip that I have shared. The first one is pay yourself first. Have a savings account. The second one is set up an emergency funds account. So just in case you have a sibling who is sick or your parents are not so well and you need money, you already have an account where you take money from. That's 2. 3, make sure that you are planning what you are going to spend. Plan to spend. Do not throw your money about. Do not give money to random people. Make sure that whatever thing that you're giving up or taking off from what you earn are things that you have already planned for. The fourth tip and the last one was invest 10% or more of what you earn. So I hope today's episode made a lot of sense to you. I really felt like so many people actually need this, because we're about to go back to work. For someone like me, others have already started working and we are looking forward to earning salaries, and some of us are already making profits from our business. Whichever case yours is, make sure that you take one or even all of my tips to ensure that your financial book remains clean and remains good. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and subscribe to the Telegram community as well. Thank you for listening. My name is Mimi, and this is A Dash of Colors.